Hello everyone, how's your Saturday doing? Okay, so today we're going to talk about the LEC, and we're going to talk about most specifically about all the things that's going on with the LEC, all the player rumors that are being probably confirmed or not, the format changes and all those kind of stuff, and what do I think about this LEC this year? And are we good enough to compete with the East? And I feel like you already know the answer in mine. So we need to go straight into it. So first of all, the LEC will no longer become the League of Legends European Championship. It will become the League of Legends EMA Championship. And this is for the European, the Middle East, and for Africa. So it's basically like covering like not only just Europe, but from down there in Africa to right around the Middle Eastern areas, the Arabias and all those kind of stuff, and Turkey, of course. So I think this new tournament name is kind of like a long and confusing, but it's gonna be like League of Legends EMA Championship, which is basically what it is. And of course it'll have like Turkish broadcasters and all this kind of stuff, and it's basically going to be like one of those leagues from Turkey will no longer be as functional as a world spot contender, and it will be like one of those feeder leagues for them. So I will mention about it. But League of Legends European Championship is no longer that. It's gonna be League of Legends EMA Championship. So this 2023 season will be split into three splits. It will be winter, summer, and spring. No, winter, spring, and summer. Yeah, sorry, winter, spring, summer. It's gonna be three splits. And then after those three splits, we will find out who will be the true LEC champion. But in order to get through them, we have to go through each split. So for the first 3 weeks, we will have your regular best of one. Your regular best of one. Everybody plays each other once. Your G2s will face Fanatics. Your Kois will face Heretics. Your Astralis will face off against Vitalities. Those kind of stuff. Those are going to be it's gonna be like the regular season, but it will be like half of the regular single round robin format that you normally do. So it's going to be like 9 games each, which is I'm kind of fine with that. Having like 18 probably meaningless best of one games is kind of like not good for adaptability and all those stuff. Which leads us to the next point. For the next 2 weeks, we will have the top 8 teams. So 9th and 10 are gone, playing in two groups of four with a double elimination, which is going to be like the GSL side. So you're gonna have 4 teams with one group here, 4 teams with another group here, and then it will have like a double like a initial matchups, and then your winners, and then your winner you go through, and then your losers will have to play in the eliminator match, and then you have the two losers there. Loser goes out. Winner will have to face off against the loser of the winners matchup, and then those two will face off for the semifinals or something. I don't know, but I feel like you're gonna have best of threes between these teams, and it'll be interesting to see the adaptability and the play style around it. The last time we have European best of threes was in 2017, and it's been not too kind for the viewership. So I wanted to know if this format is going to like help the viewership out, in some way, because I feel like it would be interesting. I feel like more games would be great for them, and we see it across all sports. We let more. It's the norm here. We want more games. We want more money and more viewership and more eyeballs. Those kind of things. So having more games on top of your regular season is gonna be like it's gonna be interesting to see if it's gonna is this thing going to help out the players adaptability and probably help out the coach, and also gain at least have a steady viewership within themselves. So, and of course, for the casters, you got your medics, your Cadrils, your Vedios, your quick shots, and your Laurels, and your Shocks of the world. You need like a lot of casters in order to do that, and I think they'll have a lot of casters. I think they do that, but will it help? Will this new format at least help the players? But also, it's gonna have probably a big strain on the casters. So, yeah, having this, 2 weeks of best of threes is going to be really, really interesting. So, yeah. Next point, it will be the final week, which will be the last week of the long 6 weeks. to have a top four double elimination split champion, and it'll be best of five. So you have your best of ones first, then your best of threes, and then your best of five. Top four becoming champion, split champion. And then the three split champions, the winter, spring, and summer, will be qualified for the season finals, along with the three best championship points earners based on those splits. So here, I mean, I saw a lot of people on Twitter, like there is some crazy notion of, hey, what if G2 wins the winter split and then he won the spring split? What will happen to the team that got screwed over? Well, okay, let me just, if, let's just say that G2 won like all three splits. I think they might qualify for Worlds easily, because if you win the first split, you gain like playoff automatically. If you win the second split, you probably gain like a higher up seed and probably like get the upper bracket matchup. And if you're third seed, you probably get qualified for Worlds easily. I saw it in one tweet. So yeah, I mean these mini splits kind of matter to you, because you have to win your splits. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh, these splits probably mean us. We're here for the real championship. No. These things matter. These things have been agreed upon by the person who's running the team. And these people were the ones who initiate the format in the first place, who initiate all of this. So I don't care if you guys are like don't care about these little splits. For me, I do. I'm a fan of making sure that Europe are better than everybody else. So if this format is going to work, well, c'est la vie. I mean, that'll be fun for me and for everybody and for the viewership. So 3 split winners. It could be any. It probably doesn't matter. And if you already have like one per team winning all 3 splits, then we'll have to give it to the team with more championship points ahead of them. And then trickle down over. And then you have your top 3 championship points earners. So you got 3 split winners and then 3 championship points earners will clash into your regular LEC playoffs for the LEC championship. It will be like the same thing with the spring, summer LEC playoffs thing. So nothing too crazy. The other next point is that the Amazon EU Masters will no longer become the EU Masters. It will be the EMEA Masters. And a new logo, of course. So again, pretty much skeptical, but right. So, and then of course, this is where my initial rant from yesterday comes through. The ERLs. So, yeah, they are like having a lot of ERLs. Let's just say I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 ERL regions. ERLs. There's a lot of ERLs. And they split it up into 2 groups. You're accredited and you're non-accredited. You're accredited is that you get more exposure. Bigger bracket. Bigger money prize. You get like the bigger and better things in life. So, let's just say you are the LFL. Like, yeah, spoiler alert, the LFL are already in it. You get like, you get a bigger eyeballs, more viewership, more sponsorships. Broadcasts will be out of this world. Many people will care about you, and then some LEC player teams will pick you up more than the non-credited ones. Look at Yike. I mean, Yike is now on G2 with caps and all those kind of stuff because he was on LDLC, which is an NFL region, which, of course, many people watch and many people view, of course. Now, I haven't watched a lot of ERLs. I haven't done that because I was watching like main region stuff, so I don't have like time and energy to put some of the time of doing ERLs. But I will tell you one this. I watched the LFL finals and it was pretty cool, seeing LDLC defeated BDS Academy was really cool. I got to watch that. So yeah, the LFL is kind of cool. I wish that if I were the LFL and if you just at least make the LFL finals feel like a big tournament. Like you just put the LFL in one of those, put it in the Accor Hotels Arena. Put it in Accor or Hotel Arena in France. Put it in like an indoor arena, make it a bigger crowd. So you can make your minor region work. So I said if I were LFL, I will use this opportunity. I will use my accredited thing to host a bigger online event in France, in one of those indoor stadiums. And many people will watch it. Many people will care because LFL has got more viewership than the LCS. Yes, the LFL, which is one of the minor regions from the LEC, have more viewership than the LCS. It is that crazy, and it's that sad if you're an LCS fan. So yeah, I think if I were them, I will put some big things on the LFL next year, and of course they'll have some teams in there. You know, Core, K Corp, LDLC, Game Ward, Gamers Origin, those stuff. So, LFL included in the accredited one with Ultra Liga, LVP, which is your Barsas, your UCOMs, and your Kois of the world. The Prime League and the Turkish League, which is like one of the world's MSI participating spots, but now they decided that nah, we can't do it anymore. So they decided to just demote themselves into one of those LEC feeder leagues, which is feel bad because I know Turkish league have not have the greatest reputation in probably like in terms of international competition, but at the same time to see one of your regions no longer be participating in any world's facility is kind of feels sad at the same feels sad. I mean, we see how it goes, but I mean, if you're a player, if you're a player from Turkey or any other player from like anything, and you play in the league, and your dream is to go to Worlds, it doesn't matter if you get clapped by anything. The fact that you made it to Worlds, made an international tournament, it's an incredible blessing. And now you have to do this like virtually the hard way. You have to do play in that league, and then you have to go to the LEC to make it to Worlds, which is pretty much harder than itself. But who knows? Maybe we'll see how it goes for some of the players there. But I feel a little bit sad about the TCL not being participated, which is hurt me. So the non-credited ARLs, which is like the team, which is like the regions will get less money, less viewership, less exposure, and maybe the players won't care about maybe the LEC won't care about your players. No, they'll care, but they'll not care as much. I mentioned the NLC, which is suckish for everybody. The PG Nationals, which is Italy, EBL, Greek League Legends, Hitpoint Masters, Elite Series, LPLO, LO, Arabian League. So, yeah, they put in the Arabian League, which is incredible, which is good because, of course, it focuses on the Middle East as well. And I think it'll be great exposure for some of the Middle East because they haven't had a Middle East player in a while. In fact, we haven't had a Middle East player in any LEC the LEC in like ever. So, to get that exposure from the Middle East will be great, and hopefully it will shine some other players because I feel like Africa not have Gavin the shine the pros of esports, but if we get like one Arabian player or one African player from our region, it will make huge waves, and then many people will be invested in that. So I feel like the Arabian League coming in will be great, and also the NLC will have Malta in it, so it's not going to be UK and Northern Ireland and all those kind of stuff. Malta will be involved. So how that goes, I just don't know. I'm still kind of pissed off about the NLC pretty much demoted. I am, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the rosters. Oh, yeah. This is pretty much not completed. So, yeah, this is pretty much not completed. I tried to take a picture and then maybe I'll. Okay, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Nope. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, so I was supposed to do some LEC rumors, but unfortunately, I need to. I haven't have a better picture, so give me 1 minute. So here's the fascinating thing is that the fact that the LEC rumors are kind of like they're done already. So it kind of makes you feel like, my God, the LEC are done. The LEC are done. The LEC are done already. Jesus, that's huge. I mean, they managed to finish. I mean, they managed to finish it before League. They managed to finish this before the LEC, which is a surprise to me. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to find where the rumors are. So maybe I can show you. If I don't, I can do it in another video, which I am. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, no, this is the LCS. We'll talk about the LCS in a total time. Boom 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 boom. Okay, so as you mentioned, this is the EMA. They're probably introducing this. So click on Reddit. I'm just trying to find the rumors. We're trying to find the thing that put in the rumors. So yeah, sorry about the long delay, but I'm trying to find the rumors. You know, trying to find the rumors. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Oh, you know what? Silly me. I was supposed to go. I need to go on Twitter. I mean, you should follow LEC Wulu for all his stuff. You know, he got the stuff. He's got the stuff. He's got the good stuff. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. 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 We found it. Great. We found it. Okay. This is great. We found it. I found the rumor. I found the stuff. I found the stuff. I found everything. Okay. So let me just save this. Okay. Delete that. And okay, I found it. Great. Let's talk about the LEC roster. Sorry about the delay, guys. I'm just trying to find a resource here to get the full picture of it. So, yeah, these are all the rumors. And, of course, the free agency thing will not start until a couple of days from now. So, but, my God, if you're the LEC, you're just, like, kicking back in Cancun. You know, kicking back in Cancun, being relaxed, like, nothing to be wrong, get the format coming in. The LEC roster is already filled. It's kind of cool, you know? You get everything done like that. So let's just go through each and every roster and see which think like, and I'm going to do this in a rating. So I'm going to do this on a 1 to 5 rating. 5 is like, this team is going to be great. 1 is like, not great. And you know what? These are my opinions. Don't get testy or anything like that. If you wanted to hurt me, just hurt me in the comment section on YouTube or tweet me about it. I don't care. I'm a human after all. So let's get it started. Let's go with the defending champions. Now, remember, Rogue are no longer Rogue and named Koi after, like, Eva and Rogue shake hands and make an agreement to merge. So, Koi will be the new team. Okay, this will be hard to pronounce. I'm sorry for pronunciation. Shigenda, Manrang, Larson, Trimby. Okay, so let me just say something. Why the heck do you release Odawame like that? Guy got you finally got a championship with him after all these years, and then you let him walk for what? I think he's a weak side top laner, which I think Shigenza will at least improve on that. It's not the same core, but from a leadership standpoint, it's gonna be hard, you know, to find out who's the leader. I mean, we all know Trimby because of his Gnosis rant about it. Malrang's English is not great. No offense to Malrang and his Korean and all the Koreans out there, but Malrang's English is not great to be a leader. Larson, he's been with the team for that long. He's been with the team for all the years of Rogue / Koi right now. But he's not like a leader, so that means it falls onto Comp. And I don't know, man. Comp's gonna have hands full. So yeah. So yeah, this will be really, really difficult. Yeah, so I think on a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give it a 4. They still have the core that won the championship. Hopefully the meta will not screw them over. If they got the same meta as they last time, if the meta doesn't change as much from the last time, I think they'll be fine. So I feel like Koi, by keeping virtually the whole squad and having like a top lane upgrade, I think it'll be good for them, and I'll give them a 4. Okay, the runners up, G2, BB, Yikes, Caps, and some of Mickey X. Yeah, the Mickey X is kind of weird. Mickey X was G2 because of the whole Carlos situation, went to XL, all the contract distributed, and probably contract jail. I mean, you're gonna hear a lot of contract jail. Because Carlos does some stupid crap, he now goes back to G2, maybe something else. I don't know. But Mickey X back to G2 kind of feels weird. And now he's paired up with Hans Sama, who didn't have the best of times in Team Liquid. His team were too overly hyped and got absolutely burned because of it. And Hans Sama did not cover himself in glory. So I feel like coming back to Europe, coming back to a really good team and get his confidence back will be good for them. So I think the bot lane is kind of like it's something, but it can work if you can have Ansama, you know, playing well again and playing well with Draven. Caps, no argument. Caps is great. BB, he's okay. Yike replacing Yankos. So Yankos leaving after 5 years, which is surprised, but you know, not gigantic. I think honestly, Yankos played well. Yankos played decent, you know, in this year. I mean, yes, I know the world's performance was not great by him, but he played decent. It kind of feels like a recurrent fee. Like the players played well, and then it doesn't matter. We decided, yeah, no, just have to go. You just have to go. I think Yankos is also involved in contract jail as well, so yeah, it kind of feels bad for him. But now he's gonna go on another different team, which is okay. But I mentioned about LDLC and Yike, and Yike is good, and it's great that G2 actually like giving rookies another chance. I mean, they did it with Targamas and we did it with Flacket. I mean, mostly Flacket. I mean, Flacket left. I mean, Flacket leaving G2 was also surprising as well because Flacket also played well. So it's weird. I'm gonna go with 3 here on my skeptic meter because the G2 team are good. They still have the pieces that manage to do. They still have the 2 main core with BB and Caps. Caps can play out of his mind, but the Mickey X, are we gonna get the Mickey X in 2019 or we're gonna make the Mickey X from last year? That'll be the question. And are we gonna get the Hans Summer from the time at Rogue, or we're gonna get the Hans Summer that time on Liquid? We just don't know. And Yike is a rookie. I mean, I'll be proven wrong until otherwise, but yeah, it's really skeptical. They're good, but I'm just not sure if they can challenge like the other teams. Speaking of the other teams, Fnatic. I've heard a little bit of what's going on. I watch a lot of I Will Dominate stuff, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I watched the Power Spike issue. I watched the Power Spike LEC rumors from the last Freemation. You can check it out if you want to, if you're nostalgic about it. Shout out to the boys. The Razor Humanoid thing is meh. I mean, Humanoid played fantastic from playoffs to Worlds. You know, he was fantastic. But I think his synergy with Razak is kind of like, it's not there. I think those are from Donkey's mouth, of course, not me. So I think it'll be troubling. Wonder is coming in fine, and then the bot lane. Rux, the only thing he did well was 2 games at Worlds. And you think he's better than a guy who's been there for like 5 years in Hylissang. Now, don't get me wrong, Hylissang did some stuff that wasn't great, but you replace a guy that was near a top 3 MVP from the spring split, and you're replacing him with Rux, which I think Rux is fine, he's good, but pairing up with Reckless, like, hey, Reckless is back! Great! Reckless is actually back in the LEC and with Fnatic. This is great. But, I mean, if you watch any of the K-Corp matches, I haven't done that, but if you watch any of the K-Corp matches, do you believe in yourself that the Reckless of this K-Corp would be great than the Reckless of 2018 or 2019 or such? I don't think so. And I feel like Reckless is kind of like the wild card. He's great, but he's not like the aggressor kind of AD carry, like, you know, your Hans Samans and all this kind of stuff. And I think that's the reason why G2 did not do well, because they were forced to play in the Reckless style, and it's gonna be hard for him. I think I'm giving Fnatic a 2 because I feel like the Razak Humanoid thing is not great. Reckless coming back, I'm not sure if we're gonna get the Reckless from yesteryear or something. I'm not saying he's old, but I don't think we might. I don't know if you're going to get Reckless of old, so it's gonna be hard. So yeah, so it's gonna be a slight 2 on Fnatic. Mad Lions. So yeah, the Aoya stuff. He was supposed to be going to G2, and then G2 kind of dropped the ball or something. And then now he got a really motivated lawyer who's decided to bet on himself, which works for some but not work for others. So Aoya being the only Man Lions team to be in there for like more than 3 splits, I guess. It's along with Karzi, but Karzi just gone to Vitality or something. Well, yeah, the Aloya situation is gonna be real tough. And then top lane replacing Armad with Chazzy. I think Armad was a liability, especially his World's performance. He was more of a liability than an asset. Too much Narmut in his diet. So basically that makes sense. So Chazzy in, Niski, okay, fine, and then the bot lane. You're telling me that Karzi and Hylissang is the bot lane. I mentioned about Hylissang doing Hylissang things, and Karzi pretty much doing Karzi things, and that bot lane looks terrible, man. Bot lane looks terrible. Now, of course, I'll be proven wrong until the games are started. I'll be proven wrong otherwise. But I look at that bot lane and I just this is gonna be a disaster of a bot lane. That bot lane looks really, really sus right now. I just don't have a good feeling about that bot lane. And that's why I'm probably going to give it a 2 here. Because the bot lane is going to be a question in the top lane, of course, and the Aloya situation with everything that's going around him. How will he perform? This is going to be something, Astralis, Finn, 113, Dayor, Kobe, Jenhun. Other than Jenhun, who's a great support. And Dejor, okay, fine. Finn, I don't think so, 113. Kobe, he's okay, he's decent, but it's a 1 for me. I don't think Astralis are going to do well. I feel like if I were Astralis, I will find my way to sell my LEC spot to K-Corp as soon as possible, because right now your CSGO team is crap, your League of Legends team is crap, and there's no avenues to this. Unless this Astralis team pop off really well in a different meta like this next year, then I just don't put my finger on it, especially against the higher quality teams. Heretics. New team. First in the top lane, Evie. He's here. From the DFM all the way to the LEC, which is, which is a big upgrade. It's a mighty big upgrade. It's a pretty big upgrade for a bigger team. And boy, his Lilia game is incredible sometimes. He's great and he's entertaining. I like entertaining people. He's kind of remind me of Huni himself when back then, And is this, is this going to be like Evie breaking out from his shells of an LJL dominance to now becoming the best top laner in LEC? We'll see. Pairing in with Jankos. Ooh, Jankos the Heretics. Who would have thought that? Wow. Could have just gone to another team, maybe another established team, but put in a new team. Wow, that's amazing. And you got Ruby, Septra, and Mersa. I go in with a 3 here. Not great. I like it because of okay, there's some good pieces. Jaxepticeye is good. Ruby is okay. Jankos is not washed, guys. Stop with the Jankos is washed comments. Stop it. Okay, he's not washed. Evie is okay. Evie is great. No, not great, but he's also good. But I think this is a new team. We all know how new teams suffer during the first season. Look at Rogue, first year, wasn't great. So yeah, it's going to be rough. BDS first year as well. So it's going to be really tough for Heretics, which is why I put them in a 3. Because of Jankos, I feel like they're great, they're good, but they're not as good enough to be the upper average slots. Excel. Ooh. This was pretty good. Excel's squad looks absolutely great. You got Odawane, the defending champion. Cersei is good. Vito, we all know Vito is popping off really well from his Misfits days, so he's also an MVP, so he's really good. Patrick and Targamas. And Patrick has been really good. Patrick, for years and years and years on Excel, for splits, have been a really good player, but never been on a really good team like this. And now he's been surrounded by a really good individuals. Targamas was good. video is incredible, and Oldawami is weak side, but he could pop off in any moment as well. So I feel good about this XL team. I feel like I'm giving them a 4. I'm not gonna give them a 5 because I feel like this is a good team, but we all know how, on paper this team can pop off and dominate, but we all seen what happened, which I'm saying I'm not gonna give this a 5 because I'm just like, oh my god, this team's gonna win LEC like that. No, it's not gonna work. How will they work together? How are their synergies doing? What will be the champion pool? Will the championship pool be pinched? How can they suit the meta and all those kind of stuff? And that would be the question on XL's minds. I mean, it's great that the XL are trying to get out of that. Hey, we made playoffs every year basement into we need to be like top dog. We need to challenge the Kois and G2s and the Fanatics of the world, And I feel like that's great, but I'm kind of like, we'll see how this is going. It's a touch and go kind of thing. SK, Irrelevant, Macoon, Certus, SKick, and DOS. Not feeling good about it. I'll give it a 1. Just Irrelevant is okay. Relevant is really good on it. Relevant is really, really decent, especially on that Misfits team. Yeah, Misfits team. He's okay, but Macoon is okay, but I just don't have the feeling about it. Adam, Shio, Nuclear, Crowny, and Labrov. These are the BDS. Labrov, we all know what happened after his time at Vitality. It wasn't great. Adam, he's been good on the BDS, but he got absolutely clapped in the finals in the LFL. So he's great, and welcome him back. Crowny, Labrov, and Shio, and Nucleant, I just don't have a good feeling about it. I'm gonna give this a 2. And also, let's go back to Fnatic. Where is Upset? The guy has been a pretty good, decent AD carry, and he's the reason why your team is at Worlds, for God's sakes. And you decided that you're not gonna sign him. You're replacing him with old man Reckless. Now, wait. Sorry. Reckless, you're a good guy. You're a nice guy. You're probably watching on stream, right? You're probably watching this video right now and saying, hey, look, we're not offending you, Reckless. You're a good guy. You're a great AD carry, but trying to replace a decently good AD carry with Reckless, it's just not there. I already gave them a 2 already, but I just feel horrible for Upset. I mean, Upset deserves a good team, especially one of these teams. I think he shouldn't can't go to BDS because of the Adam Upset history between them. Maybe XK. He could go to XK and be decent, and maybe that'll improve the team. So, yeah, really weird that Upset is not in there. So, not in the team. And Alfari, of course, but I think Alfari decided to take a break, Top laner for Vitality, he decided to take a break, which is, what, he needs to sort this out, so praise to you. Speaking of Vitality, this squad looks absolutely pretty good. You got Photon, Bo, Perks, Neon, and Kaiser. Now, if you go on Reddit, you need to go on Reddit and saw the Bo Heckram video. Like, he was popping off at Heckram, man. The guy at one point was like 2nd in EUW rankings over the jungler they have. Over their last jungler. Over the previous Vitality jungler. And the fact that Vitality just now put in Fade over Bo and just blow up the super team thing, that it's kind of felt like, yeah, they learned a lesson. You know what? No super team bullcrap. Let's blow it up and give Bo and Photon a chance. So it's gonna be really interesting. I like Bo. Bo was incredible. He used to play well on the LPL. He was really great. And then match fixing and stuff, which is a no-no in esports these days. And man, so to have him back, and to have him play on a bigger team, I hope he synergizes well with Perks, because Perks, he's probably going to be a leader of this team, of course, through and through. But if you do well with Perks, and Neon and Kaiser played incredibly well, I feel like Vitality are good. I feel like I'm giving Vitality a 4. Of course, we all know, squad grade on paper, but overall, they're not going to be as good. When's the meta and all this kind of stuff, but this Vitality squad looks so much better than last time. This Vitality squad looks so much better than last year. No more big stars, everything. It's like development stars and all, bring in imports, develop them, and showcase what they got. And I feel like I'm good with it. So I'm feeling like No 5 rating, which is fine. No big squad that makes you feel like, oh my god, this team is gonna win LEC. Well, this team is gonna dominate worlds and stuff. So it's fine. It's fine. You know what? We'll see how this is all gonna go during the LEC, which is gonna start on January 28th. Yeah, it's gonna be January 23rd, the 23rd of January. Can't wait for that. Now we need to do a quick one on the LCK. We're gonna do a quick one on the LCK and then we're out of here. So the LCK playoff format is changing. It's no longer gonna be like a single elimination kind of thing, which is kind of good because the three of the last 4 splits have like Gen G T1, and it kind of feels like we knew these 2 teams already. So why the purpose of it? We all know these 2 teams are great. But also, inspired by DRX's Miracle Run, they decided, well, okay, not inspired, but probably like, it's kind of inspired like DRX's Miracle Run, they decided like, let's change the format to double elimination in some point. So, round 1 will have 6 teams being there. You know, the LCK will have the best of 3s, regular season, double round robin, 18 matches thing. So, the LCK not going to change their regular season, but the playoffs, they do. So, 3rd place will take on the 5th and 6th place, and there's a tiny envelope saying that the round 1 losing team with a higher regular season finish will take 5th. So highest regular season finisher takes 5th, which is, I mean, you're gonna finish 5th anyway. So 5th and 6th. I mean, can you just put like a 5th place team in there and be done? But okay, you know what? I digress. 3rd place team will take on the 5th and 6th place team, and then 4th place team will take on the 5th and 6th place team from there. And then the 2 winners will face off against the 1st and 2nd place winner, and then they'll have the 2 winners from the 2nd round play in the 3rd round in the upper bracket, and the 2 losers play in the lower bracket. And then winner of the round 3 upper bracket matchup will go to the finals, and then the loser of the lower bracket matchup will go home, and then the winner of the loser bracket will face off the losers of the winner bracket, play there, man in the finals. Best of 5s all the way. There's your LCK champion. I think it's looking cool. I think it's cool. I like it. I mean they really want a double elimination. I mean they had like King of the Hills with King of the Hill tournament, which is great. And then they'll have like the 3 to 6 and then 4 to 5 thing, and then you have to reseed in the whole thing, and then you have to play in 2s2, which slightly doesn't like it, but now you get like more games and then more action and more miracle runs, which is kind of what we want. So that means that probably every single major region have like a double elimination, unless the LCS changes direction and play both single elimination, which they're not gonna do. But every single major region have double elimination, which is huge. Huge for like the League of Legends. And of course there's like integrated squad. So the LCK and LCK Champions League, Challengers League, which is like the lower tier of the LCK, will have integrated squads in those streams. So so for the roster, you'll have a general manager, an analyst, and a head coach. One assistant coach each, but no more than 3. One assistant coach manager, but you don't have like more than 4. At least one head coach in the LCK Challengers League. If the Challenger League have a head coach, you can get like more like 3. So, and then for players, you can field 11 players on your team, but no more than 20. Which is kind of huge, because remember when Team 1 had like big squad, of course, back then, like I don't know, 2019 or something, and we all know how that was a cluster affair. Remember when DRX back in 2019 had a bigger squad with Piyoshik and Kingen in that squad, and that was a big disaster. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting for the LCK to have like the regular season squad. They're probably gonna have like some of the squads. Ruler not gonna be here. Faker's pretty much gonna stay in T1. Come on, he's not gonna leave T1. If he leaves T1, my God, Korea will have a riot. So yeah, but it'll be fun with huge squads and more coaching and all those kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting. The Challengers League we'll have a double round robin best of threes, and then top six double elimination best of five. So it'll be the same thing with the LCK. I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna have the LCS coming up, and we will talk about the LCS tomorrow coming up. It will be a huge thing to not talk about the LCS and all the things with the ethics and work ethics and the laziness and all this other stuff. So until of course once all those rumors are finishing, so we will probably have a full detail. But I will tell you something. This is going to be one of the most interesting League of Legends years ever. We're gonna have more games than ever before. The MSI will change. Worlds will change. Well, they're not gonna change their single elimination, which is meh. But what are you gonna do? A new international competition coming up. I mean, I'll tell you what. League of Legends will have like more games this year than we pretty much have like ever. And it'll be fun, to see how the players develop all of this with all of these games coming around. But do more games means that the Western teams are going to be better than the East? I feel like if you listen to the Corazon interview with Ashley King on Core JJ, you have to feel like it's not that. I think the Western teams just say you want to win, but they'll have like the conscience to do it. So I feel like I'm not sure if the new format is going to help the LEC and LCS. And I feel like it can, but they need to learn. They need a team that can not only adapt to draft, but also adapt to the meta and play so well against the Eastern teams. Because look, we can beat Chinese and Korean teams. We can't beat these teams. It's not about like work ethic or spending time and all the personal stuff. We're going to talk about it in the LCS, but it's not about that. It's all about can you give it 100% each and every day? Okay, can you dedicate yourself 100% each and every day to become the best League of Legends player with the best ever team ever, to achieve something that you, your other teammates, and everybody from your region have not? And that's going to be the question for this year. Can the West be better than the East? We're not saying to beat the East, but can they do better? I mean, after Worlds, I feel like there's nothing but up in this thing. We're already in a downward spiral already. But the only thing left is to go up. And I am confident that as an LEC fan and as a Western supporter, that we wanted to see our Western team succeed. We always want to do. I mean, we wanted to see the West win Worlds. If that happens today, by God, there'll be people on the streets. There'll be people on the streets, grabbing their poles, in Philadelphia and all this stuff. It'll be wild, but not be wild, but there'll be like hundreds of households, League of Legends fans and households going crazy if that happens. But yeah, so I feel like these formats are going to be the LEC and the LCK format is going to like get more games so that they get more exposure, so that they'll get more time and the adaptability and draft, and and having more games would be huge. So this League of Legends next year will be interesting. So yeah, for my next video, I'm going to talk about the LCS and nothing but the LCS. And boy, if you're thinking this video 43 minutes long will be big, wait until we reach the LCS. It will be a wild one. So happy Saturday to all of you guys.